Certainly, you're right about the symbols. Stephen, in the book of Amos and also in Acts, it talks about that the children of Israel, when they apostatize against God in the desert, when Moses had gone to receive the Ten Commandments,
yes,
and they began, to bring in the false gods and having their orgies and all that.
Ooh.
It says that they worshipped the star of their God.
mm-hmm.
The star God was worshipped. Mm-hmm. The golden calf, of course, we know. But the star was one of the symbols. And, of course, the Jews have, even to this very day, the apostate Jews, have the six-pointed star, which incorporates, incidentally, the number 666 with its dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
The Jewish six-pointed star. The Jewish six-pointed star actually comes from the medieval days of magic and the Kabbalah, the Jewish system of sorcery, and it was at the insistence of Rothschild that it was implemented to be on the flag of Israel. Of course, King David didn't have that star at all, so it wasn't some people call it the Star of David, but David didn't have the star.
Right.
He would not have the star because the book of Amos says that those of Satan worship the star. So now the whole nation of Israel now worships this six-pointed star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, of course, the Satanists worship the pentagram, the five-pointed star, usually with the 2 points pointed upward to indicate the horns of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you, Texe, do you think...
So all of these things could be the seed. And I see what you mean there.
Well,
that's
because
maybe an important concept.
Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was just thinking because they were all representing of the, of the male anatomy or the act of, like the what is it? The V and the half circle. What's that?
Now you've got an important. By the way, you're so right about that. The Jewish so-called Star of David, the six-pointed star, which is the hexagon, the hexagram. In the occultists, they talk about putting a hex on you. So you see, even there, the six-pointed star that the Jews have adopted is the sign of Satan or the occult. But what that really is 2 triangles, a male and a female mated together and joined, united in unholy sex.
Whoa. Never looked at it that way.
Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, that's exactly the meaning of the six-pointed star, and that's why it's so diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
And the Masons know this, of course, and this is the reason for the 2 triangles. Take a triangle pointed upward, ascending, and a downward. The downward triangle is called the delta. It's the sign of the female genitals. The ascending triangle pointed upward is the sign of the male genitals, and you put those together, and you got, the six-pointed star.
Texe, let me ask you.
Satan.
Texe, a lot of churches tell their congregations that they must support Israel at all cost, or they wouldn't be good Christians. Do you agree with that?
Well, Jesus didn't. So I guess Jesus said, Matthew 23 and 24. He told the Jewish nation. He said, "Your house is left desolate unto you until the Son of Man returns." Now, desolate means void of anything worthwhile, void of spirituality, void of anything good. In other words, full of the devil. Now, if Jesus said that, your house is left unto you desolate. And by the way, in Matthew, maybe chapter 21, he gives a great parable. If you want to see what Jesus has to say about the Israel nation, I'm talking about the physical nation now, not the spiritual nation, you read that parable because Jesus talks in that parable about the householder. We're talking about the house that was left desolate, right? Well, the householder, it seems, went into a far country. And he left his land in real good shape, and he gave it to a people, to a nation.
Right.
And he said, tend it. And he gave them a tower, and he gave them a wine press, and he gave them a wall protect themselves. He gave them a really wonderful situation, but he wanted his due. He wanted the fruits, some of the fruits, to be given to him as the Lord of the land.
Right.
And he sent his messengers, the parable says, to gather, to receive his fruit in due time. But the citizens of that place that the Lord had left, that the householder had left, they said, no, we're not going to give anything to you. And they killed the messengers and the servants of the Lord, of the distant Lord. They killed them.
Right.
And he sent some more, and they killed them too. Finally, he said, I will send my son. Surely they will give reverence to him. And he sent his son to them. And you know what? They said, they conspired together. Get that word now. They talked and met amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, this is the son. He's the heir. He's going to have the inheritance. Come, let us kill him.
Whoa.
And then we can take the inheritance, the kingdom, for ourselves. And they killed him. They slay the son of the Lord who was absent, who had given them so much. But they did not want to share the fruits. And they killed the servants, and they killed the son. And Jesus asked the Jews, the Pharisees, the high priest, he said, when the Lord returns, what will he do to these who so committed this horrible, grievous sin against his son? And you know what the Jews, they didn't realize at first what they were saying. You know what they answered him and said? They said, surely when the Lord returns, he will slay them all.
Oh.
Those miserable people. And Jesus said, therefore I say unto you, the kingdom is taken from you and given to another nation. Now this is a very important principle. I want to tell everybody out there listening, you don't have to believe me, but Jesus told the physical nation of Israel, therefore the kingdom is taken from you and given to another nation that will bear fruit.
Right.
And he said, the stone which the builders rejected is become the cornerstone.
Yep.
And it will totally destroy all who oppose it, meaning the rock, the stone, which is Jesus Christ. And it says in the very next verse that the Jews understood that he was referring to them, and they sought to take hands on him. But their hands, they wanted to kill him, because he had said exactly what the situation was. Now here's the question I have, and I'm answering you maybe circuitously, but Jesus told Israel, the kingdom is taken from you and given to another nation that will bear fruit. What nation did Jesus give the kingdom to? The answer is very clear. Paul answered it in Galatians 3, verses 28 and 29. If ye be Christ, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. The heir, the inheritance, the promise is given to the children of Jesus Christ through faith in him. That is the nation. That is the peculiar people. That is the chosen people. They have it all. Everything is given to the people of Jesus Christ. So what would I tell the Christian church? Why do you give to the people of Satan?
Whoa.
Why do you give to the people of Satan? There's only two nations on this earth. There's the nation of Jesus Christ, spiritually born again in him, Abraham's seed, heirs according to the promise, and then there's the children of Cain, the murderer, the children of Satan. And they're of all races, because God does not deal with us by race, but by faith. He has broken down the partition, Paul said, between Gentiles and Jews. There's no such thing to God as Gentile and Jew. Paul said, I don't consider any man according to the flesh. He said he would like, it is fondest desire that Jews that believe in Jesus Christ. But he says, we don't, henceforth I consider no man after the flesh.